Well, hello. Welcome to my garden. I hope you're doing really well and having a good day. So I am going to be adding in lots of blue to the garden today into my blue, white, and yellow border. I'm also going to be adding in some more white, and I will be doing that with 3 of these Geranium Phaeum album. If you have followed my videos in the past, you know that I'm a really big fan of the Phaeum type of geranium, specifically Raven and Violet Pinwheel, Springtime, and then I am excited to add album to my blue, white, and yellow border. I've been collecting plants over the last few weeks from several different local nurseries, as well as I found these geraniums online at Diggin' Dog Nurseries, which is one of my favorite places to order perennials online that are hard to find, that I may not be able to find locally. This is what you can expect to get in the mail when you order from Diggin' Dog. It's these little band pots, and really the plants sometimes don't look like much, but they are, in my experience, most of the time they do really, really well when I plant them. I've had one experience with some campanulas that died when I planted them, but everything else I've ever ordered from them has done really well. In fact, I've had these sitting in my kitchen garden for about 3 weeks now, maybe 2 weeks, and when they arrived, if you're ordering in the heat of the summer, like right now we are experiencing temperatures in the 90s. I think they were in the 80s when these came in, and then they're going through the mail system. They looked a little bit yellow and weak when they came, but you can see they've greened up. This one has pushed some new growth, and this one has more growth coming out of it. Let me show you this other one, also pushing new growth. And I'm not going to expect much in terms of flowering from these this year. What I really want them to do is root in well and get nice and established, and then I will look forward to seeing them bloom next year. The Geranium Phaeum Raven that I have shared in my garden came in one of these little pots, and I planted it last year, and this year it was nice and large and a healthy looking plant with lots of blooms. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of let you know, if you are looking for a place to order perennials or shrubs or trees online that are hard to find, I love Diggin' Dog. I've ordered from them many times now, and what I will say is order, if you can, early in the season or towards the fall when the temperatures are cooler and the plants will ship better. Ordering right in the middle of summer, you know, July and August, when the temperatures are at their highest wherever you might live, that's what I would avoid having them ship at that time if you can. And there aren't photos with every plant that they have, so it's more for the plant collector who knows exactly what they want and they're looking for something specific, and they can type it in, because it's a very, almost like an old school catalog, and you have to find things by name and not everything has a photo. So those are just a little bit of my notes about Diggin' Dog, but I do recommend them and I love them a lot. So the other plants I have are all in the blue family. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, blue flowers only make up about 10% of the flower world. So they are fairly rare, but I love to add blue to my garden whenever I can. Now, these need to be deadheaded and they've faded in color, but I've added these before. These are the Fama Deep Blue Scabiosa, and they are loved by butterflies and pollinators. This bloom is, so these are all faded, but this bloom is somewhat fresh, and there's a bunch of new ones coming along as well for you to kind of see that color. But when they are really fresh and at their best, it is a very striking blue to have in the garden. I have one down this retaining wall, and I have a white variety also in the blue, white, and yellow border, and I'm going to be adding the 2 blue that I was able to find, and I do have seeds of this. You can start this from seed and make tons of plants for almost nothing. And I want to do that this winter. I just never got around to starting those seeds. So I'm going to save them and see how they germinate this coming winter. And then I have this beautiful clematis. This one is called Arabella, and this is a shorter growing type. I'm going to be planting this at the base of the spring snow crabapple tree I have in that border, which if you followed my June garden tour, I think, the leaves were really just stunted, and all of a sudden they've started to push out. So I think it is rooting in and it's going to be fine. So thank goodness. But this Arabella clematis grows. It is well, first of all, it's hardy in USDA zones 4 through 9, which is -30 to -20 degrees Fahrenheit. It reaches 3 to 6 feet tall and 2 to 3 feet wide with training. So if you have a small obelisk or an area where you'd like a smaller growing clematis, this one would be perfect. And I just saw this at the nursery. I was gonna go pick up another variety, and it was blooming really fresh and beautiful, and the color just really got me. It's almost like cornflower blue, and that's probably one of my favorite tones of blue. And then I showed one of these Delphiniums in my border in the June garden tour, and it is fading now, but there's already one there, but I needed 2 more for that balance of 3. And it is the Aurora blue Delphiniums. These ones are so big and so beautiful. You can see her. Just a stunning, really vivid mid-blue delphinium with the white eye. And so she is part of the elatum types of delphiniums, and in my experience, those are the delphiniums that grow the tallest if you're looking for the nice tall delphiniums. Okay, so I've got all the plants placed, I think, where I want them. And as I was looking at this border, my vision for it has changed since I originally planted it. You know, I have these 2 white varieties of the Fama Scabiosa, and they're right next to each other. And I think this fall or in the spring, I'm going to be moving one to the opposite side for more balance, so they're not just right here together, to have more rhythm rather than this clump here. If there was 3 or 4 or 5, that would be different, but just the 2 here, I want to add some more balance, and I'm going to try to start some more from seed. But all these delphiniums definitely need staking. I have had, unfortunately, recently a lot of deer browsing in this border, and I need to respray it with liquid fence. My beautiful, what will be 6 foot tall or 4 to 6 feet tall Campanula Pritchard's variety, which is a blue, and I'll share a photo of that back here, has been munched down a little bit by the deer. I wasn't expecting it to flower much this year, but you know, my Honorine Jobert Japanese anemones have some damage, some roses have damage, some hydrangeas have damage, and then the Valkyrie Chamois yellow China asters I started from seed have been damaged, and those should be okay. It's sort of like pinching them back, which is sometimes why I don't do a lot of pinching, to be honest, when I'm planting in my landscape, because I know the deer can do it for me. But we'll just see if I get flowers from those and how everything does, and I'm just going to be being a little bit more diligent with the liquid fence. Now, I did want to say that this has been a great year for the pollinators in my garden. I have in the last couple of days seen more varieties of butterflies and dragonflies and the hummingbirds, and of course all of our honeybees and native bumblebees and things like that are just out in full force all over the garden, and they are loving all of the very pollinator friendly plants I have been adding to the garden over the last couple of years. So without further ado, let's get planting. I did want to share with you guys these sweet peas I planted from seeds very late in the ground, direct sowed them into the ground. I didn't think they were going to do much, but I've been cutting from them a lot. These are a little bit smaller than the ones that I have up in the kitchen garden and in the barrels, but they're producing, and I've only fertilized them twice, but I need to actually give them a good feed today and pick all the flowers and remove the extra tendrils, which take energy away from the vines. But I just wanted to share those with you. Okay, so I'm going to end this video in the shade. My camera overheated and I overheated. It's been in the 90s and very intense and bright sun lately, so gardening has been that bit of an extra challenge in this heat. But I hope you enjoyed seeing me add those elements of blue and white to my blue, white, and yellow border. My goal for that border is so that all of those colors are represented throughout all seasons. So it was looking a little yellow dominant, and I realized, okay, I need to add in some more summer blooming blue. I've got the spring, and I've got the later season color for the blue, and that clematis will just bloom all season long and look beautiful and anchor the back. And I am very excited to see those little Campanula Pritchard's variety that I've talked about get 5 to 6 feet tall in that background and be those beautiful blue bells. Anyway, I am here with my Eden climbing rose behind my kitchen garden, and it is desperately needing to be deadheaded. It's definitely past its prime, but still beautiful. It's been such a gorgeous year for the roses, and I've just been moving through and doing deadheading whenever and wherever I can. So I'm going to probably deadhead her this evening. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope it gave you a little bit of inspiration to get out into your garden today. We'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.